Listening Fill in the Blanks.
Let's start.
The solar system consists of the Sun, which is at its center, and all the objects that orbit around it due to its gravitational pull. These objects include planets like Jupiter and Saturn, as well as moons, comets, and asteroids. The Earth is the third planet from the Sun and is unique because it supports life. Beyond Neptune lies the Kuiper Belt, a region filled with icy bodies and dwarf planets. Eating a balanced diet is essential for maintaining health. A balanced diet includes a variety of nutrients such as fruits, vegetables, proteins, and whole grains. It is important to limit the intake of unhealthy fats and sugars to avoid health problems. Drinking plenty of water throughout the day also helps keep the body hydrated. Good nutrition not only supports physical health but also improves brain function and energy levels. No matter how old we grow, there are a few teachers with whom we would like to share the progress we make in our lives, some who understand and believe in us more than our parents do, some whom we would run to no matter when and where we catch sight of them, and some who turn out to be great friends apart from being wonderful teachers. Teachers' Day is a chance to let these teachers know how much of an influence they have made in our lives. Sometimes, it is just another occasion. It is not necessary that you have to wait until Teachers' Day to show your gratitude towards them for their constant love and support.
Identify the causes. Jan Elsner, Melbourne psychologist who specializes in executive coaching, says thriving on a demanding workload is typical of senior executives and other high-potential business people. She says there is no one-size-fits-all approach to stress. Some people work best with high adrenaline periods followed by quieter patches, while others thrive under sustained pressure. We could take urine and blood hormonal measures and pass judgment of whether someone's physiologically stressed or not, she says. But that's not going to give us an indicator of what their experience of stress is and what the emotional and cognitive impacts of stress are going to be.
The problem arises not only from the scale and variety of the archaeological remains, but also from two other sources: the very varied natural and human threats to the resource, and the complex web of organizations with authority over, or interests in, the coastal zone. Human threats include the redevelopment of historic towns and old dockland areas, and the increased importance of the coast for the leisure and tourism industries, resulting in pressure for the increased provision of facilities such as marinas. The larger size of ferries has also caused an increase in the damage caused by their wash to fragile deposits in the intertidal zone. The most significant natural threat is the predicted rise in sea level over the next century, especially in the south and east of England.
Europe in different ways. In the German states, new Protestant universities were founded and older schools were taken over by Protestants, while many Roman Catholic universities became staunch defenders of the traditional learning associated with the Catholic Church. By the 17th century, both Protestant and Catholic universities had become overly devoted to defending correct religious doctrines, and hence remained resistant to the new interest in science that had begun to sweep through Europe. The new learning was discouraged, and thus many universities underwent a period of relative decline.
The repeating cycle of sand inching up the windward side to the dune crest, then slipping down the dune slip face allows the dune to inch forward, migrating in the direction the wind blows. As you might guess, all of this climbing then slipping leaves its mark on the internal structure of the dune. The image on the right shows fossil sand dune structure preserved in the Merced Formation at Fort Funston, Golden Gate National Recreation Area. The sloping lines, or laminations you see, are the preserved slip faces of a migrating sand dune. This structure is called cross-bedding. and can be the result of either wind or water currents. The larger the cross-bedded structure, however, the more likely it is to be formed by wind rather than water.
This is primarily achieved today through cavity wall insulation. Insulating bricks are built in two separate leaves, as they are cailled in the trade. The gap between the inner and outer leaves of brickwork depends on the type of insulation used, but there should be enough space for a gap of 20 mm between the insulating material in the cavity and the two leaves on either side. The air in these gaps is an efficient insulator by itself. Cavity walls have IELTS replaced solid walls, because they are more resistant to rain penetration. Because two leaves are necessary, a strong brick manufacturing industry is essential, so that enough good quality insulating bricks are plentifully available.
The water cycle is the continuous movement of water on, above, and below the Earth's surface. It begins with evaporation, where water from oceans and lakes turns into water vapor. This water vapor rises and cools, forming clouds. When these droplets combine and grow heavy, they fall to the earth as precipitation. The water then flows back to rivers, lakes, or oceans, completing the cycle. This process is essential for sustaining all forms of life on Earth. Education is one of the most powerful tools for personal and societal growth. It helps individuals develop critical thinking skills and gain knowledge in various fields. Education also plays a key role in improving job opportunities and raising standards of living. Access to quality education should be a priority for every child, as it lays the foundation for a better future.
Like, share, subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further updates.